Please tell me what's
Dum 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 dum.
You just a fool. You know you in love. What you say? You're happy. Hey, 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 hey. One more time. Woo!
Great.
What's going on, YouTube? It's me, Tiffany, and I'm here with my co-host, Tanea.
Hey guys!
And we're back with an all-new Scandal review. Today is Friday, October the 27th, I believe.
Is it? I haven't told anybody the date all day.
It is
the 27th.
the 27th, and we're back with an all-new Scandal review. I felt like Scandal was pretty good last night. I definitely wasn't one of those people that got like extra hype. Like around, I would say probably Tuesday, I started to get a little, because, I follow a bunch of Olitzas and they was getting me pumped, but I was like, like that's not who I am this season because I know that Shonda giveth and she taketh away.
Exactly.
And I feel like a lot of you guys get so wrapped up that y'all forget that sometimes because, like, I saw somebody tweet, did y'all think that Olitza's Happily Ever After was going to be episode 4?
4?
Like, I mean, I was a little irked that we didn't get to see, like, we don't even know for sure if Liv and Fitz had sex after that kiss, but it's like, I wish we could have saw what happened after that. I was a little, like, irked about that, but I wasn't mad at this episode. Like, of course, there was a bunch of maddies, mad about this, mad about that, but y'all mad about everything.
I
so
thought
it
it was a nice episode. I enjoyed it.
It was good. So I do have a lot of notes, but it's because this is, you know how some episodes stick and some is like left your brain. Mm-hmm. So I just wanted to make sure I didn't forget anything, but yeah. So we're reviewing episode 704 entitled Lost Girls. And this episode picks up right where it left off for like the third fucking time. Olivia, wait a minute.
Excuse me guys, what money do I use?
I already paid for
the card.
it, and the tip is already on it.
Alright.
You know, our friend, I just don't know sometimes. Like, she's one of the smartest people I know, yet I don't know.
She's
just
a little crazy.
off. She's a little weird. But so let's talk with them in the hallway, and it's just a little awkward because Price is there. I now know his name, his last name. I think his last name is Price. I hope so. What was I calling him before? 5-star Dick.
Thank God.
He's there. Fitz is there. Liv is there, and it's like Price knows that Fitz and Liv were together. Like,
everybody knows it in the world.
Not too long ago, the big kiss was just all over the news. I'm sure it was on his show as well. So, he kind of speaks like, hey, Mr. President, it's nice to meet you. I'm going to go ahead and go now.
Hey, get the fuck out.
But it's like, Liv is like, wait, you leaving? Yeah, bitch. Like, what do you mean?
Fitz ain't leaving?
That was a little irky, like, girl, I mean, I knew Price was going to end up leaving, but you should have been, like, the one telling him, like, this isn't a good time. Bitch, you mad?
Don't play with him.
Don't do that. I don't like it, because it's bad enough, like, I'll tell you what, Olivia was being a bitch a lot this episode. I don't like it.
Yeah, she was.
I don't like it. But anyway, she asks Fitz, what are you doing here? And he's just like, well, I came to get you to help me on this case, about the, I don't even know if he said it was about the missing girl.
He was just like, I just need your help when the case has been 100 days.
And she's just like, me? Like, you need my help? Bitch, I don't have time for this shit. I'm the motherfucking chief of staff. Like, how dare you come to me for help? You can't just come to me. She like, you better call QPA. Oh, because he showed her the case. And he did tell her. And she, because at first she was about to just completely dismiss his ass. But then when she saw what it was, she was like, okay, well, you can call QPA. And he was just like, no, I don't want her. I want you. And she was like, oh, you can't have me.
Always doing the most. She's so
girl, if you don't calm your in-love ass down. Like, you so in love, you can't even keep your emotions in check when you see him. 7 seasons later, and he's still giving you butterflies, bitch. That's how you know it's real. But so he like, I don't want her, so she like I gotta go.
She's sending Abby, he don't want her.
Right. So she like, I gotta go, I have work to do. Now what time of the night do y'all think this was?
It was very
Because it's like, girl, what fucking work do you have to do? You was about to get 5-star dick. So don't try to fucking lie, bitch. You know what, Olivia? I really don't like you treating Fitz mean. Like, he ain't done like shit to you. I know he popped up with no fucking appointment.
He always, but the thing is, literally everyone pops up at your house. Okay. Everybody. It's like the 7-Eleven at this point.
So we get to Rashad, which we know is the president of Bashran and Mellie, and they're just talking about the summit and everything that's coming up and how they want to get DeCal to sign. And he was just telling her that, you know, he's been catching, you know, some flack for signing this whole thing, you know, like they basically think he a bitch ass nigga or whatever, and he's just like, you know, but I'm not surprised. Like, of course we knew this was going to happen, because in actuality they could cut his fucking head off. Like, you know, it can get bad in those other countries. So Mellie was just, you know, letting them know that she has his back or whatever, and they was flirting. It was getting weird.
Yeah,
like, they've been flirting has he been in every episode? Was he in the first episode?
No.
I think he was in the second, the third, and the fourth now.
Well, not the third, because that was Fitz.
Oh yeah, then he was in the second and the fourth. Yeah, but I mean, it's just getting it's getting hotter and hotter.
Yeah, like,
you know what I mean?
Calm down. I mean, he is a nice looking old man.
Yeah.
Like, calm down.
So Liv comes in, you know, she can tell, like, she can just feel it in the air, because, you know, the Oval Office really belongs to her and Fitz. Like, they really imprinted on everything in that bitch. So it's like, she felt the vibe when she came in, but she had other things to worry about, like, bitch, did you know your ex-husband was in town? And she like, oh yeah, he called me, asked me when can he get the kids. You know,
crazy.
It's cool or whatever. And she just like, oh, because, you know, I didn't know and I thought he was supposed to let us know. She's like, well, I know, you know, it's a little last minute, but, you know, whatever. He want to see the kids, long as he ain't getting in my business and what I got to do, I don't give a fuck. And I'm just like, girl, Liv. And you can just see the stress all in her face, like, because she knows. And it's kind of what Papa Hope was saying, like, Liv really won't be able to be command and be with Fitz. Like, it's really no way, because he really is her weakness. He really is the cheese on the trap. Like, she can't even focus on what she's supposed to be doing because he's there. Like, so she's stressed out because she's like, how am I be the chief of staff? How the fuck I'm going to be the command and fucking with this nigga at the same time? Like, it's just, I can't.
That's why I told his ass to go to fucking Vermont.
So, then we get to Cyrus, and Cyrus is talking to, I don't think this is his assistant. Like, this is, I know her name's Hannah. She's black.
Oh, I thought Hannah was his assistant.
Oh, I didn't know. I thought that he had another assistant. I don't know.
He probably has more than one.
Okay, so Hannah,
be a White House aide.
Hannah is just reading him the rules on him accepting gifts from other people, and he finds out that he cannot accept expensive gifts from people. That is, I think it can't be over $20 or something. Yeah. And he lets her know, and she tells him, like, you know, you can get cheap gifts or whatever, but you can't get anything expensive. And he's just like, well, damn, like, I definitely can't keep this shit, because he's talking about the painting that Glackland left him last week, or the week before. So, you know, Hannah's just like, well, you know, it's a man that works at the barista that I go to every morning, and he always offers to pay for my coffee. But
Biscotti always gives me extra biscotti,
whatever. But she's like, I always pay full price because I know what he thinks I'm going to give him in return if he gives this for biscotti. And Cyrus is just like, damn, really, biscotti? And she's like, exactly. That's why I always pay full price. So she's like, I'm just saying, you know, if you take this gift, you might be sending off the wrong sign. I mean, not unless that's the sign you're trying to get off, and he's like, Hannah, get the fuck out.
Thank you, Hannah.
That's enough. Thank you. But it's like, you know, you can tell that Cyrus is really, you know, trying to figure out what to do, because
he can't let this painting go.
He want this painting.
It's $100 million.
I mean, but also Cyrus is a little freaky. So, you know, even though he really don't like his little Donald Trump ass, at the same time, he kind of turning Cyrus on. Like, you know, Cyrus loved the thrill. Nothing's going to make him feel as real. The weekend. But, so he just, you know, he says basically, you know, I'm going to have to send it back to him because obviously I can't keep it. So then we get to Marcus at OPA because remember we have this case. Liv's not going to fucking help. So he's basically let them know, it's a case about 219 missing colored girls. Mm-hmm. This is crazy. Like, and I forgot that something like this was going on. That's why, I mean, it's always going on, but for some reason, like sometime last year, it was really, really big in the news. Why do I have Fitz makes noise? People will still look. I can't remember if Marcus says something like that.
On what?
I think he said something like, if Fitz made some noise about it, then people would start looking.
Oh, he may have.
I think he did. I don't know, but I remember Charlie made a smart remark like, is this a paid gig? And they were like, Charlie. And he's like, what? We got to pay for the wedding. And then Huck gave this little weird look, Shonda. I know you up to something, and I hope you're up to what I think you're up to.
Hope you are.
Because I really just hope Charlie dies and Huck and Quinn get to be together.
Yeah, because they deserve.
They do.
We deserve Huckleberry Quinn.
Huck deserves this.
Yeah.
Huck deserves a family and a baby, yo. If nobody,
come on.
Yo, Huck deserves a baby more than Olivia and Fitz.
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck.
Because she don't want no baby.
Yeah, she don't want no baby. Fitz wants.
And Fitz got plenty.
But Fitz want a baby with her.
Yeah, he would.
So basically they are going through all these girls and they basically figure that they need to get a poster child for this. Like they need to pick one. They need to pick one of the girls that's the most innocent, that has, no bad background, to get it out. And it reminds me of a case that Liv had in season 1. And a couple of other cases, she always says when you have a case and it's for a missing child, you need to pick the most innocent picture you can find. Like one with them laid up on a teddy bear, smiling, all cute, shit like that or whatever. So then we get to Jake and Liv, and Jake is just letting her know that they have eyes on everybody who is posing for a threat against Rashad and Bashran or whatever. And he lets her know, this would be easier if we had more agents. And it's crazy that it's just Jake and Liv. Like, how are they even getting shit done?
How is he sleeping?
Like, this is like impossible.
She's crazy.
So then Liv goes into her being worried about Fitz or whatever, and she asks something about Fitz. I think she said something about, do you think it's weird that Fitz is in town? And he's just like
he just popped up.
He's like, what?
No,
like, this is the same man that misses you when you're away for 3 minutes, let alone 3 fucking months. Like, why the fuck is that weird? Like, and why are you worrying about that right now? Because he in his feelings. But also, like, if Jake isn't serious about anything, he is serious about B613.
And it's just like, you're spreading me too thin. Like, I can't be on point.
Right.
If I have to keep my eyes on so many different things, bitch.
So she was just like, I need you to look into Fitz. She was like, because we had an agreement. Like, he said that he would stay in Vermont. Whenever he came, it would be like on the books, like it would be through the White House. He would never bother Mellie. So it's just strange that he's fucking here. And she was just like, it just doesn't feel right. So I just need you to look into him. And of course, Jake is fucking irritated, but he gonna do what the fuck.
Because if you think about it, like, even Olivia Pope, when she was at OPA, even Olivia Pope had a crew.
Right.
It's just like, girl, you expected him not to work with enough people is just ridiculous.
That's why, honestly, I came to the conclusion after this episode, and especially like after I see what's supposed to be happening next episode, I honestly don't think that Liv should be command anymore. Like, I honestly feel like it's just too much. Like, because it's so hard for her to be able to run the president of the United States and run this underground world. It's just too much. And I just don't think it's a good idea.
From Washington, like, I definitely understand why she wants to be command now. I mean, it is about power for one thing, but she also feels like she can be a better command just because her father was so ruthless.
True.
And I really, really feel like she feels like with every situation, she doesn't have to go that far. So she'll always think of another alternative before she goes that far. But it's just like, Liv is too much.
I think she should give it to Jake. Like, fuck it. He ain't doing shit else. Give it to fucking Jake. Like, just give it to him. Every now and then, he going overstep his boundaries. But she really can't give him that much power. That's the thing. She just knows the person in that. You remember when Papa Pope was commanding, how fucking scared Cyrus was? Like, he had Cyrus's ass on a leash. Like, she can't have somebody else have that much power. But she also can't have somebody else talking in fucking Mellie's ear. It's all too much for me.
Rockin' hard, please.
So back at QPA, they found a girl, actually a girl from Baltimore. Shout out to you, Zoe. I see you. So they said Baltimore. I was like, oh yeah. Scandal always showing Baltimore love. I like that. But it's probably because we're right down the street from DC. But yeah, so they found Zoe. She's like 15. She's a straight A student, and she like disappeared on her. No, did she disappear from her break from work or she
at the mall?
Yeah, something random as shit. But they found, you know, the perfect girl. She's cute or whatever. So then we get to Papa Pope and Fitz, and they're like somewhere in a basement or something. And
like, where do y'all find these places?
So Fitz is basically letting Papa Pope know, like, you know, I'm going to save her with this case. Like, once I show her this case about the missing girls, she's going to want to get involved, and then it's going to bring out the old Olivia Pope, and she won't want to be this demon anymore, I guess. You know, she won't want to be this cruel person
she don't want
anymore.
To give her this, like, dark work.
Right, and Papa Pope is like, are you fucking kidding me? First of all, didn't she send you to QPA? That means that she doesn't want to work on that shit. That's number one. Number two, you don't pay attention to anything I say to your stupid white ass. Like, that's basically what you want to say. And that's what I was saying in the beginning. You're the cheese on the track. He said, Liv was the cheese on the track for me. That was the way to get, that was my weakness. Liv was my weakness because she's my daughter. You're Liv's weakness. Like, you have to go show your love, put on your Fitzgerald brand, get her all lovey-dovey, sweep her off her feet again. This is the only way that this is going to work. And he's just like, let me tell you something. I'm going to do what I want to do. Like, Fitz, you will get your throat slit in 2.4 seconds. You always
like getting big. Like, calm down.
But I just was like, this isn't going to be a good idea because... If once Liv, which we see now at the end, like probably once Jake looked into it, he saw that Papa Pope went to Vermont, it's going to look like Fitz is literally here like being phony.
But see, the thing about it is, she's want to think that, but she's also dumb. Because it's just like all Fitz needed was a reason. Man.
Yeah, like we know the love is real. Right. He might be using it for the wrong reasons right now, but it's real.
Only need a reason to get down, to get to your ass. And the thing about it is, honestly, like I just kind of want to see more of Fitz' agenda, because just from his talk that he had with Papa Pope when he was like, even if she is command, like she's going to run it differently. So I feel like he kind of just, I don't think he all the way wants to be on Papa Pope's side of her like not doing it. I think he wants to see where her mind is, like if it has taken her over, you know, like I think he's playing like both sides a little bit.
You already know. So then we get to Cyrus, and Cyrus goes to go visit Glackland at his fancy ass place. You know, it's like a fancy ass entrance for him to look and see who he's talking to. So he comes to the door. He has on his fucking VR glasses, but he got like a whole fucking arm and leg set up like
weird.
He's smelling like money, got on his Gucci tennis. Like, it's just a lot going on. And Cyrus is just standing there looking like,
I hate this idiot.
Right. So he basically lets him know, you know, I can't accept this gift because, you know, it's in the rule book that I can't accept this gift and it has to be this amount of money, blah, 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 blah. It can't be expensive. And he's just like, okay, well, you know, I really did want you to have it. He's like, but, I mean, you can ship it back. And he's like, well, actually, I can't even use government funding to ship this back to you.
Like a certain way.
Right. So he's like,
you gotta, first of all, you have to foot the bill to take this back from me.
So he's like, okay, well, you know, I'll get my assistants to set it up. They'll go ahead. They'll get it back, whatever. Like, because he really don't understand the big deal. Like, it's a fucking gift I gave you. But see, this is why he doesn't need to be in politics. Because that's the thing. You have to follow the rules. That's Donald Trump's problem. You have to follow the fucking rules. It don't matter how much fucking money you got. You got to go by the rule book or you got to get the fuck out.
Hopefully, they can get him the fuck out.
Exactly.
He hasn't been going by the rules.
So, Cyrus is about to leave, and he's like, wait. Like, won't you come in for a second, play with me? Come and play with me for a little while. That's basically what he was saying. Like, so somehow Cyrus...
Tyler was like, no.
Yeah.
And he was like, you want to make me pay all that money to bring back that expensive gift that I gave you, and you won't even have the fucking decency to come in here and play this fucking virtual reality game with me? Like, you rude as shit.
Next thing you know, Cyrus' hair sticking up in the air. He playing a fucking virtual reality.
Fucking heart
That's what I said, you know what? Cyrus is really old. Like,
he's frail.
I don't even know what the fuck they was doing in that virtual reality, but it had him all fucked up. He was out of breath. His hair was everywhere. His shirt was unbuttoned. He was about to fucking fall. But he was having a nice time. Like, you can tell that he really did let loose or whatever. He really did enjoy himself. So, they sitting there, they talking, and Cyrus like, that he need to go. And he like, no, sit, chill, and talk with me for a minute. So they talking, and like, he not touching him, but he like doing circular motions around his ear, just like all on his aura, like just doing this, and like he just being real flirty, and he's just like, I was thinking that we could spend some time together, and he's just getting closer and closer. Next thing you know, he like up by his crotch. And he's just like, yeah, like, cause you could teach me politics. And he's just like,
politics.
I need to get the fuck out of here, but I'll think about it. But yeah, like, cause at first he wasn't touching nothing, but when he got to that thigh, he was really.
Cyrus was like,
I gotta get the fuck out of here. But so we get to Marcus. This is another moment where Liv was being a bitch.
She was being a bitch.
He comes to her office, and when the secretary comes to tell her that he's there, she also lets her know that Price called, and she's just like, oh no, let him know I'm unavailable, and whenever he does call, let him know I'm unavailable. I'm like,
you're unavailable for the rest of your life,
girl, get the fuck out of here, because we already seen in the next episode that y'all gonna be fucking again, so don't play me. Don't try to play me, bitch. But when he get in there, she's just like, why are you here? And he's just like, damn, like, hey Liv, we used to be cool or whatever. But he's just like, I just came to check on Mellie. Like, I wanted to see Mellie, but when I tried to go and see her, they said that I had to come through you. So she's just like, well, she's busy. And he's like, I mean, I can't get 30 seconds. And she's like, no. Like, she's dealing with some real life shit that's way more important than her seeing you. And I'm just like, girl,
bye.
Girl, how many times have you slipped your ass through that little room to the Oval Office, bitch? Like, Liv, you really be acting like you don't remember what it's like to be somebody boo who's in a higher place. Like, you just doing too much. I really ain't like how you was treating Marcus.
Yeah, I didn't like that either.
We gotta stick together. Like, the fuck is you doing? But wait, did I pass some shit?
Did you go past when she asked Marcus how was Vermont?
So then he informs her on the case, and he's just like, yeah, we picked the girl to be the poster child, and we're just, going to go from here. And she's just like, oh, well, that's nice or whatever. So he's like, you should come past the office sometime. It's crazy, like, he's inviting her to the legendary OPA that is now QPA. And it's just weird. But she's just like, I'm really busy here. This is my office. So, what else do you want? So he's just like, all right, whatever. So he's about to leave out. And she's like, how's Vermont? And he's like, cold and white. So she's like, I met House Fitz in Vermont. And he's like, cold and white. So they both bust out laughing because that's literally exactly what it is. And he starts laughing, and she's like, he's just like, he misses you, whatever. And she's like, come in, shut the door. Now you want to talk, bitch. But notice this is like the third person that she's asked. First she asked Mellie, then she asked Jake, now she's asking Marcus. It's just like, bitch.
It's annoying.
Girl, like, you are so Fitz crazy, it's not even funny. Bitch, don't be FaceTiming me.
Okay.
She gonna be mad that I ignored her.
You did.
So, she asks him, like, is this what this case is all about? Like, did he only come here to bring this case so that he could see me? And he's just like, who gives a fuck?
If we find her, who cares?
If we find her, find them. Like, if we can help, find these innocent black women, who gives a fuck if that's the reason? Like, either way, we're winning. And she's just like,
yeah, shut the fuck up.
Whatever, bitch. But who review was I watching, and they said, Fitz probably didn't even think of this shit. This was probably some shit that Marcus thought of, because Fitz is like, he's really been on his white side lately, and he really don't be thinking of no good ideas like this. Like,
yeah, definitely.
So it probably was all Marcus, but still, it's for a good cause. We just use Fitz for the TV and
that's
shit.
That's what we use him for.
To get what we need.
That face belongs on a tizzy.
So then we get to Liv at the office, which was just... seeing her in front of that window, it was just a lot.
It brought back a lot.
It brought back a lot for me. Like, that's where she fucking belongs. Like, if I can't say anything what Candace was saying as far as how Scandal is changing, like, I do miss that. I miss the cases. I miss her taking on the cases because that was a big part of Scandal. But she's in front of the window. But not only is it emotional because I miss her there, it's like this black woman is in front of all these missing black girls. Like, it's just so
sad.
It's so fucking sad. But then here comes QPA and the fucking crew, and they just like, Quinn is like, wait, what is she doing here? And he's like, he all excited, like, I invited her here. And they just talking about it. She's like, I can hear you. It was old times.
It was old times.
So basically, she lets them know you guys need a storyteller. You need to find a storyteller that will be able to get people's attention, and you need to use a mother. Like, people will love the attention from one of the girls' mothers. Well, the mother of the girl that they actually picked. So they picked the mother. Liv is like, she gotta go because this is the same day as the summit, so she's leaving out. She's about to get on the elevator, and then Fitz comes off of the elevator, and it's just like
all the feels.
And he's just like, this is like weird, like seeing you here, it's just like old times. And she's just like, I know. And like they're just like smiling at each other.
That was nice.
And he's just like, do you want to get a drink? We should get a drink later. And she's just like, well, let's just see, you know, the way the summit comes out or whatever. And he's just like, oh, okay. And they just stand there and they stare at each other. She's blushing, he's blushing. But you notice when Fitz was talking to her, he be this close.
Like, he want no space.
Right, like he be all in her shit, like she can't fucking breathe.
On purpose, he's trying to suffocate her.
It's honestly just too much for me. So then she gonna get on the elevator and they just stare at each other, smiling. Shonda, you better end this shit right. If
we don't deserve nothing else but
this is fake. Why do I feel everything?
Yeah.
Like I deserve. They deserve.
We deserve.
So then we get to the summit, and it's the prime minister of the call, whatever. He was the prime minister, right?
I guess.
They addressed him as the prime minister, whatever. It's Rashad of Bashran, and it's Mellie, and they're all talking, and basically the call man is he just gets pissed off. Like,
he like, fuck this.
He's just like, fuck this shit.
Y'all got me coming into a trap.
Yeah, it seems like a trap, and it just feels like you and her are working with each other on the low. Like, y'all got some old other shit going on, and he's just like, you know, it seems like she's put her charm on you or whatever. Like, you really a bitch for real.
Basically.
You really a bitch for real.
In better words.
Let me make sure. Yeah, he say basically like he feels like he's doing it for nothing, and it's like just like Liv, like you can just feel the chemistry between them two. Like it's weird, and then he get all defensive,
right, like boy,
for trying to protect Mellie or whatever, which makes it look even worse. And they're just going back and forth, and Mellie's just like, wait, like let's just take a break. Let's just everybody calm down because
y'all about to fight.
Shit is too real. So Mellie gets
my feet asleep. It hurts so bad. I'm sorry.
So Mellie and Liv get in the Oval Office, and well,
they're about to be done. I just had to stand up for a second.
Mellie just straight off the back, like, we need to get this and this on the call so we can get their asses. So Liv was like, oh, like, so now you want to throw threats to their asses, like, this where you at right now.
Right.
And she's just
you
like,
ready to go to war with this nigga?
Right, and she's just like, I mean, what you trying to say? And she just like, he seems very frustrated. He seems upset, and he seems like he doesn't trust you because it's like you pull out all the stops. When Rashad comes in, like you had a whole fucking party, you had a concert. Right. You and him are always having these private meetings with each other.
It's not like you had a meeting with just him, and then you had a meeting with just him, and then you brought them together. It's like y'all had a meeting together, and then you brought him into y'all shit.
Like it just seems shady, and he has every right to feel that way because you can tell that something's going on because I can tell too. And she's just like, That is not true. I do not have feelings for him.
She said, tell me I'm wrong then, bitch. Tell me I'm wrong then. She couldn't tell her.
You know, we need Liv to be a bitch in times like this, but it's like Mellie, like, when Mellie starts to like somebody, it's like the bitch is beat red. Andrew, Marcus, like anytime she starts to like somebody, she just can't, she's one of those people that she can't control her facial expressions. Right. Like, you can just see it all over her face. And then with Rashad fucking defending her, like, boy, sit down.
Exactly.
The fuck? Like,
you don't even know her, bitch.
You are the president of Bashran. You supposed to be fucking Bin Laden out this bitch. Go the fuck off. I mean, no, because Bin Laden.
What the fuck?
Sorry.
He was a terrorist.
I'm sorry. You supposed to be angry and mean and you know what I mean. Not Bin Laden. I take that back. Pretend I didn't say that.
Oh my God. Uncle Al is going to kill you.
Y'all know sometimes I say things by mistake. Dang.
It's okay.
So then we get to QPA and the mother is there and Fitz is there and he's just basically like, you know, we need to do whatever we need to do. We need to fight this. And she's like, I've been fighting to find my fucking daughter. You just finally showed the fuck up. Like, thank God you showed up, but I've been doing this for like over a year.
because I reached out to your bitch ass already.
Okay. So then they go on to Price's show and she's just telling her story about how the daughter went missing and how she's been trying to get the attention of the media and several other people up in higher ranks to help her, and she really hasn't been able to get the help. And you know, Fitz is right there. Rubbing her shoulder, you know. Boy. That's all you need is Fitz. Rubbing her like, we really need to help.
Yeah.
Or whatever. So, Fitz starts to talk and he's just like, you know, this is a national crisis and it's just crazy. Like, it took me to come here to finally get the attention that it fucking needs. Like, it's ridiculous or whatever. And Fitz is just like, so then Price is like, well, you know, it's nice that you're here and all, and I definitely agree with everything you're saying, but it's just like, why when you were in office, this
like, if
wasn't...
it's a national crisis now, it was a national crisis then.
Right, so why is it like all of a sudden he's like, honestly, like, I really didn't know anything about it. And he's just like, so you're claiming ignorance to the situation?
He said, yes the fuck I am.
He was like, yeah, that's the fuck I am. Like, no bullshit. He was like, actually, he said, it's the media's fault or whatever. And I believe it. You know what I mean? Like, because this isn't something that Cyrus is going to bring. Like, he definitely feels like it's way more other things. And when Liz was his fucking chief of staff, like,
yeah, they probably
don't give a fuck about no shit like that. But he's just like, he's glad that it's getting the attention that it needs now. And then he's just like, you know, I feel like I need to be here in Washington. You know, my library is in Vermont. My home is in Vermont. But the work that needs to be done is here in D.C. And I feel like I might need to stay here permanently.
Then it cuts to this bitch.
Liv is drinking her wine, almost choked, like, oh, shit.
Bitch.
Now what I'ma do?
He not leaving.
Now what the fuck am I going to do? Like, this ain't even no temporary situation. This motherfucker's about to move back to D.C. I ain't gonna be able to do it.
Right.
Bitch. Tell you something about Fitz. He always got something up.
Yo, all the fucking time.
Like, bitch, don't ever think you won. So, then we get back to Bashran and Mellie, and, you know, she just thanks, they're drinking, and she thanks him for sticking up for her, but she's like, I really don't want you to do that anymore because I can stick up for myself, but it just doesn't look right. Like, you're making it look bad or whatever, and he's just looking at her like, girl.
She's like, I gotta seem unbiased. Like,
yeah, and she said something like, I don't want it to seem impartial or something.
She was like, I don't want to seem impartial.
And he was like, well, are you impartial?
She was like, I need to seem as though I'm impartial.
So then it got all freaky, and he was like, well, I think that I shouldn't have any more to drink because things are getting a little hot. So she go to take the glass from him and their hand touch, and they just look at each other like.
Now y'all got electric sparks.
So they leave the office. It's honestly too much for me.
It is.
So then she gonna talk to her good girlfriend Cyrus. Now I don't know when Cyrus and Mellie became these good girlfriends.
Well, see, they're friends after the whole shit with. After all the shit that Mellie. See, Mellie. After after all the shit that Mellie just went through, Mellie has been humbled. Everybody is her fucking friend. Like,
I guess so.
And this was too much. They came out a lot. Yo, how the fuck Frankie and his wife died?
True.
We came out alive, bitch. We friends.
So Mellie and Cyrus, they're talking, and Cyrus is telling Mellie about, the whole Glackland thing and the painting, and she's just like, oh my god, like, this would be the bomb, like, y'all would be the perfect power couple. And he like, bitch, pump your brakes,
right.
Bitch. First of all, have you seen my ex-husband? The fuck? Like, don't disrespect me like that. Have you, my ex-husband's face compared to this nigga? Girl, like,
I have standards. Bitch.
I have standards. Are you fucking...
I keep a baddie on this
bitch,
arm. Basically, I keep a baddie on this arm.
And he told him, he was like, he's beneath me. Like, so, Cyrus. But then she admits her feelings about Rashad to him, and he's just like, oh. And she's just like, all of this power, being able to get people to do whatever I want them to do. She's like, I could do it, but she's like, I don't want to think like the rest of these old dead white men that have been in office. She was like, I don't want.
Her husband's not dead.
Her husband's not dead, but that's what she said. She did. These other old white men.
Yeah.
The other presidents before, like with their mistresses and shit. Like, I don't want to be that girl. Like, I don't want to fuck them just because I can't fuck them if I want to fuck them.
Right.
And as Liv said later on in the episode, thinking below the waist. I don't want to be that girl, but it's just like temptation is calling me or whatever.
But the thing about it is, she is the only one that's single. So if she wanted to fuck somebody, I mean, she can't. But it should be more, okay for her to do it because she's not married.
Exactly. So then we get to Papa Pope and Liv, and she pop up at his fucking apartment, his fucking job, he painting the fucking dinosaur toes. She like, oh, I ain't know you worked at a salon, Liv,
she's rude.
Watch your fucking mouth, okay? But
she didn't get enough ass whoopings. That's her problem.
So she's just like, I'm just checking up on you, whatever. And she just starts talking to him about how when they were younger, how he used to come home every day talking to Mama Pope about the museum and shit and about what he did that day. And she was just like, was it easy for you to lie like that every day? Like, you made it seem like it was easy. And he's just like, oh, so that's what you're here to talk about. And you want to see
it took me aback too. I was like,
you just want to see if you can be command and be with Fitz. And she was like, He was like, don't play with me, bitch. I saw him on the fucking news last night.
It's like, nigga, I'm coming to say hi.
But no, he was right.
I mean, he was right. Damn.
Still, he was fucking right. And he's like, no, if that's what you're asking me, no the fuck you cannot be command and be with Fitz. The path that you are going down is lonely, bitch. You have to be fucking lonely. Right. You not running that shit the way I ran it. It's not gonna work. You ain't me. You do come from me, but you ain't me. And right. That's why I'm saying, if you want to live this normal fucking life, you need to go ahead and give this shit up, bitch. Because it's not gonna work. You don't have no fucking friends. It's nobody you can talk to about this shit but me.
You coming to me about mad advice. Damn, Papa Pope.
Like, really? You have nothing but me.
When is he gonna find some chill?
Yeah.
When is he gonna calm the fuck down? Ever?
Yeah, and she said she was just like, it's not the same B613. She was like, I don't have to be miserable like you. And he was just like, girl, what the fuck ever. Your miserable ass is here talking to me. Who else you gonna talk to about this shit? Don't nobody else know you command. And he was just like, you need to shut it down before you end up like me, fucking painting dinosaurs and shit, bitch. Liv got her purse while he was in the middle of talking. Didn't even walk around the dinosaur. Walked under the fucking dinosaur and got the fuck out of there because... No, he's fucking rude. They both rude.
They both are.
They are the fucking same. Like, Papa Pope just be going...
He do go off like, sir, you're going to have a heart attack one day. Like Cyrus. Calm down.
Yeah. So then we get back to the meeting with the call and Bashran and Mellie, and things are going good this time. He's saying that he's agreeing to go ahead and sign it. And Mellie, remember, she can't control her face. She look at Rashad and she's like she's so fucking excited. But next thing you know, like the fucking Bashran Secret Service come in and snatch Rashad up and go running out or whatever. And they say that it was a coup. Whatever the fuck that is.
Right.
What's
So,
that?
but you didn't say the part about her telling the guy like, "Oh, we did have an agreement," and that's why he said, "Okay."
Right.
When they came back into the room, Mellie tells the other guy from the call like, let me tell you, we did have an agreement.
Mm-hmm.
We said this, we did this, and he was like, well.
Oh, he felt like they was being honest.
Yeah, and that's why he said thank you.
Yeah.
But yeah,
So
Bashran did stage a coup. They overthrew his ass. They took over the fucking country while he was gone. He's no longer.
Because they did say he was no longer.
They are the president.
Dang. Like
the terrorists.
Damn. Mm-hmm. So
well, they're not terrorists. They call it, I think, like a radical group of terrorists.
Yeah. So then it goes back to QPA, and basically they're just saying that this whole summit thing, you know, with the whole coup and everything, is basically taking over what they thought was going to be the main news story, which was Fitz and the mother on the Price show or whatever.
Right.
And they're just like, you know, we need Mellie, and Fitz is like, okay, well, you know, don't worry about it. I'll go ahead and take care of it. So then we get to Liv and Jake, and Liv is just like going the fuck off. Like, she's like, how the fuck did this get past us?
Remember he just said we have all eyes on it.
And he's just like, well, if we had the extra agents, like I said, and we weren't chasing after your fucking boyfriend, we probably would have caught this. But how the fuck am I supposed to catch this alone? Like, this is exactly what I was trying to tell your dumb ass earlier. This is why I said, like, we need to either hire these fucking agents,
right,
or we need to go ahead and, you know, do what we gotta do. So he told her, like, you know, you need to pick what you want to be. Do you want to be command, or do you want to be someone's girl? Because you can't be both. It's just not going to work. Like, you can't have these feelings that you have. Your main focus has to be this. Like,
right.
Like, it's
this
even hard for her to be fucking chief of staff. Like, all of her attention has to be on this. This is what I'm saying. Like, I'm not saying that she was doing a bad job, but she just doesn't have the time. Like, she really has to pick which one she wants to do. So then she, poor Liv, she just being pulled all over the place. Then she goes to Mellie, and they're talking, and Mellie is just like going the fuck off like, I want to send in the troops. I want to find out what the fuck is going on. I'm ready to slice heads off. Like, we need to do. And
like, whoa.
Because we need to send the troops in there, and we need to make him president again. And Liv is just like, so you want to go to war? And she's just like, that's exactly what the fuck I'm saying. Like, we need to hurry up and we need to move now. And Liv is just like, listen, I don't know what the fuck is going on here, but
I can't let you do this.
I can't let you do this. And she's just like, you know, I need time to think about it. I just need, because Mellie is just like, you know, I need to make this call. I'm making this call. And she's like, no, actually, I need to think about it and I'll get back to you. And she's just like, Liv, she's like, I said I need to think about it. And then soon as she leave this, then she go home. You know, she doing her pacing back and forth, drinking her wine, trying to figure this shit out. Who at the motherfucking door?
Daddy.
Like, goddamn, she gonna have a fucking heart attack next. So he show up and he's telling her, you know, that he needs Mellie to make a statement. And she's just like,
we have hella shit going on right now. You saw the motherfucking news.
Not only that, that's your ex-wife and the mother of your children. Why the fuck do you gotta come to me to get to her? And he's just like, don't try to act like you don't know how this shit works. I know that you're the one that's running the motherfucking show. That's why I'm coming to you. And she's just like, oh yeah, he's just like, you have all the power. So they start arguing back and forth, and she told him to leave, and he was like, I'm not going no fucking where. I was just like, oh shit. Like, at this point, I mean, they both have Secret Service, but at this point, Fitz, you might have to be removed by Secret Service, because you don't understand that she has more important shit going on right now, but you don't give a fuck, because you've been in this position before. You've been in this position before. So, you know, Fitz just starts talking to her, and he's just like, we need each other. Like, he's like, everything that I've done, it never went right unless you were there with me. Same with you. We make each other better. Our lives would be better if we were in each other's lives. Like, we
all
just,
that game.
I love you.
Spitting all that.
You love me. And Liv's just listening. Next thing you know, she just licks her lips and she jumps in his arms and he swoops her up and put her up on the wall and they just kissing. And I was just like, it was too much for me. mean, and then I was mad because they cut the scene.
Yep.
I was so ready for that old lit sex scene. Y'all don't even know because it's so many sex scenes with her and Russell and her and Jake fucking up against the wall. When we gonna get her and Fitz fucking up against the wall?
Right.
I'm just saying. And then last night while I was laying in bed, I was like, damn, like, this is one of the last old lit kisses we will ever get. It just... So then we get back to Mellie, and Mellie finally decides to admit her feelings about Rashad to Liv. And, you know, she's just like, you were right. I do have feelings for him. There is some type of chemistry going on, whatever. But she's like, you know, this isn't no, like, teenage kind of love. Like, I'm not an idiot.
Right.
I know that I'm in charge, and I still have to run things. And she's just like, you know, I'm alone and in charge. And Liv's just looking at her like, girl, didn't we already have this talk again? But she's just like, you know, pleading with Liv, like, I know that you make the calls, but this one time I need to make the call. Like, I feel like this is the right thing to do.
Right.
This is what I need to do, and you just need to let me do this or whatever. So, this is when Liv, you know, listens to her talk all of this shit. She give Mellie a whole speech about how, you know, you're never fucking alone. It's me and you, bitch. I already told you this shit. Meanwhile, TLC Waterfalls is playing in the background. Shonda. What the fuck is going on here? This ain't Grey's Anatomy. So she pulls out the envelope, one of the folders, and it already shows her, you know, she was like, we already have the, what did she say they had coming in? Maybe the CIA or something. Like, basically, she already got everything.
They just need to do, you know, count. They need numbers.
Right. Like, she basically went ahead with what Mellie said. Like, she had already thought about it. And Mellie's just, you know, smiling like...
And she was like, well, what's in the other one?
And she's like, you know, what we need to do, the right thing to do. Or whatever. So, it's basically about the girls. So then Quinn runs to the mother's job, and the mother's just like, I'm done with this shit. And she's like, we found her. And the mother's like, you found my baby girl? And she's like, yes. She's with a counselor right now in Virginia. I'm going to take you to her. And I was just like, oh my God. Then we get to Cyrus, and Cyrus goes to Glackland and gives him $20 and basically buys the painting from him for $20. And he's just like, okay, you buy it from for $20, but that's okay because I gave it to you anyway. Right. That's cool or whatever. And he just lets him know that he agrees to teach him politics. I don't think that this is the best idea, Cyrus, but if this is what you want to do,
really teaching politics.
Politics.
Or is it politics? I need to know.
Then we get to Liv at QPA, and she's just letting them know that from this moment forward, there will be a special division in the FBI for missing girls of color, and it won't be something that gets swept under the rug. It's actually going to be a top priority. They're going to make sure David Rosen is on it, and everybody's really excited. And then Jake calls Liv, and she lets him know, you know, I've been looking into Fitz, and he actually has been a good boy. He's been in Vermont. He's been doing everything that he says, but he tells her some other shit which we don't get to hear. Mm-hmm. And then she gets to Papa Pope. She pops up. Papa Pope's coming into his office, and Liv is in that bitch in the dark with her arms folded, staring. So basically, I feel like it didn't went off. I feel like she knows that.
I thought he did say some stuff. Maybe I made it up in my mind.
I just watched it.
Basically, I know for a fact he told her, like, your fucking father is crazy. Yeah. He went up to Vermont. Mm-hmm. Because it's just like, Papa Pope, wouldn't you have been able to see?
Right.
If somebody went to go see Fitz, like...
This is just crazy, but I felt like this was a good episode, and next week is supposed to be everybody against Liv. So I'm guessing that Fitz is going to go tell Mellie that Liv is command, because he realizes that this case isn't going to help him. The love isn't going to help him. No matter how many kisses and dick trips, she's still going to be command. So maybe if he tells Mellie, then Mellie can do something about it. But my love person this episode was Mellie, which is strange because I never loved Mellie.
That's rare.
It's very rare. I don't think I have a hate person. Not really. I don't really have a
hate person. I do want to, you know, I just want to love on Mellie and QPA. They did the damn thing today.
QPA.
Yo, you wild, and they found the black girl.
I mean, that's nice and all, but I'm not team QPA, so you know. I like them separately, but
You a trash ass bitch.
But anyway, we have to go now because I'm so hungry. We ordered pizza. It's upstairs, and my friend is about to leave. But I hope you guys have a great weekend. Make sure you guys come and comment and let me know what you thought about the episode. Of course, come and tell me some things that you felt like I missed or your point of view, because you guys always show me stuff that I didn't even realize. Don't forget, if you saw a Monday video, this Monday will be our Halloween video. It will also be our celebration for Tanae's birthday video, so I can't wait to see you guys on Monday. If this is your first time watching, make sure you subscribe. We will be here every Friday night with an all-new Scandal review, the final season. For the people who have been watching, make sure you share this video, tell a friend and tell a friend, tell your mother, your cousin, your sister, your brother, tell somebody about the show, and we'll be back next Friday with an all-new video.
That was a nice outro. Thank you. You're welcome. And if you didn't know, now you know there's no show like the show where we do bomb reviews. But we always do good reviews on like everything we talking about, even on Monday.
All right, girl.
All right, peace out.